All right, so this is the video I wanted to make yesterday. I ended up pushing out what I ended up pushing out. I just got sidetracked talking about other things, and I wasn't going to add all this in there and make that video like 20 or 30 minutes long. I kind of wish I did make it yesterday though, because there is some things now that I wanted to screen grab real quick and I forgot to. I was just going to grab them today. And of course, I can't find them. I don't know if the user deleted them or maybe the moderators deleted it. You guys know it's a shady scene out here, but we're going to get into some of the problems, like obviously recurring problems, but some also new problems that we got with this season 3 reloaded update, because it seems like the game is more broken than it's ever been. There's a lot of people still complaining about cheaters, DirectX errors, like just, dude, the matchmaking, people are taking, like, it's taking people way too long to find lobbies. They're always stuck in 200 ping and they are not shadow banned. It's a rough scene right now in the Call of Duty. But we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. This is from the Real Bugs. Broken, the most broken update I have ever seen from a COD as far as mechanics and interface UI. Slide maintain sprint is either not working on controller or sliding is way slower than it was before. I've heard a lot of people actually complaining about this since the update. The reset / show more tabs are messed up. Lag, packet burst, that's normal. Yeah, that's very normal actually, but I'm hearing that the lag is way worse now, and from my limited time playing when season 3 reloaded dropped, I can definitely confirm that the lag is worse in Black Ops 6 multiplayer. But this is by far the most unplayable update I have seen, and what sucks is I'm actually getting the best performance as far as frame rate and graphics out of any other update, but I still cannot play. Fix this crap, please. And it's funny because he's actually one of the lucky ones, because there's a lot of people out there having frame rate issues with Black Ops 6 since the update, even more than normal. And that's not just PC either. Like a lot of console people that have monitors to support 120 frames, they're having terrible frame rate. Like they can't even hit near 100 now. But actually, before I get into this any further, all you fanboys that choose, because you have your agenda, you can't ignore it, you choose to watch these videos you know you're gonna hate. Dude, I don't need your view. I think I've proven it that I don't rely on this channel for anything. Like, I'm not looking to get rich out here. I think I've proven that with my time on YouTube. I don't need or want your view. If we could go from, say, 2,000 views and put that down to just like 100 real ones, I would rather just 100 real viewers instead of your whack ass coming in here crying about people crying, complaining about people complaining, defending the multi-billion-dollar company in the piece of plastic video game. Just go, man. We don't want your kind around these parts. Go watch J God or whoever the fuck. You'll fit right in. This person has a problem with the aim and movement stutter. Actually, this this has been a problem in Black Ops 6 since the betas. If you guys remember, like the beta had this issue. It still hasn't been cleaned up. This person says, new bug. I can't see anything during a game, and he puts up a screenshot of a white screen where he doesn't have any gameplay there. This actually isn't a new bug though, I will say that. This has been in the game for a little while now. It just seems to be more prevalent now. This person is still stuck on PS4 and they're only getting PC lobbies, and that is a huge advantage. You still got an advantage over the new gen consoles, but PC up against PS4 and Xbox One, yeah, it's just you might as well just put the controller down and shut everything off. It ain't even worth it, bruh. Is the game feeling broken for anyone else? Turbo Crab asks. Says he's on 300 megabytes per second wired connection locally close to the servers, playing on a Series X, and yet the game is stuttering, feeling a little choppy, with super imprecise time to kill, long matchmaking times. This is huge. Like, this is a very common thing. I even showed you guys that on my original video. Slow texture streaming and laggy menus. That, like, all of these things, it seems like most of the player base is experiencing this right now, outside of the nerds that are going to get out here and defend the multi-billion-dollar company. Don't you dare say mean words about my Call of Duty. I know you pay full price for it, but you're not allowed to bring up legitimate issues with the game and give constructive criticism. You're not allowed to do that. We don't care that you paid your money for it. you ain't allowed. Everybody else, normal people, yeah, they all seem to be struggling with these issues after this Season 3 Reloaded update. Multiplayer levels not unlocking, says Big Mac. He's not Lil anymore. He's not Lil Mac. We got Big Mac. He's Big Mac now. Wondering if anyone else is having this issue. Whenever I play split screen, I'm unable to use my custom loadouts. It only lets me use an XM4 with no attachments. Currently is level 50, but nothing has unlocked. Yeah, this is a loadout bug, bro. This has been going on for a while now. I've talked about it in many videos. I've showed it in many videos. And they don't seem to have any desire to want to fix it. Like, it's been going on for months, man. We're halfway through this game's life cycle, and people are still dealing with this nonsense. Pashku asks, anyone else notice a longer than usual time to swap from your primary to your knife? There's this weird delay, like a hiccup in the swapping animation. Shit's weird and started happening after this update. Is it happening to y'all? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. I think I've seen the Ghost of Cope complain about this. I've seen a bunch of people complain about this. Not just with the knife, though. They slowed down. It seems they slowed down a lot of things. And again, it brings me back to, you know, if you're doing this to protect the trash cans and the bots and the noobs, you already have the matchmaking doing that. So I don't understand why you slow the whole game down for people who are okay at the game and they don't want to move around like a turtle. Are you kidding me with this shit? But then they still got the Omni movement. So you got this crazy movement, but then you got all these other things that are slow, and you got crazy chaotic maps where you have to do things quickly, and you got terrible spawns where people just spawn right behind you or beside you, but you got all these slow animations and shit. Dude, it doesn't make sense. Like Black Ops 6, and as much as people hate the game, and you guys know I've said this many times, I get hate for saying this. I don't think it's the worst Call of Duty multiplayer ever. You're never going to convince me of that. The game is a broken mess, though, and Black Ops 6 is probably the most confusing COD multiplayer we've gotten. Like, Modern Warfare 2019, awful multiplayer, terrible. Like, it, you know, the graphics were great, the guns were awesome, and they sounded great, and all that. All that was cool. The gameplay was terrible, though, but they had a vision for that game, and that's what they went with. They wanted slow, campy, tactical gameplay. This game over here, Black Ops 6, it has no idea what it wants to be. A complete identity crisis. Tide Shark says, holy freaking bugs. Since this new event, everything has turned buggy AF for me. My perk greed won't set. Every time I go to set the perk greed, it gets placed into my perk 1 slot and the dexterity perk going into my perk greed slot by default. Yeah, this seems to be a common thing with this game and with the loadout bugs and everything else. It's just a very broken, buggy game. I believe, Tide Shark, if you're ever watching this, I believe there's a workaround for this. I don't remember exactly what it is, but if you look around, I think like you got to kind of jump through hoops for it. Like you shouldn't have to do that. I believe there is a workaround for this. And he follows it up with my Bermuda rangefinder optic won't count kills towards new reticles. While I'm setting loadouts, it shows people are talking while he's not in the lobby. And while he is in a match, there are like 4 to 5 speaker visuals that people are talking, but at least 2 or 3 of them are people from previous matches and definitely not in the same game. Anyone else having bugs at the ass since this new event? The perk greed bug is driving me crazy. Not being able to use it. Yeah, the whole bug, voice chat bug from Modern Warfare dudes from years ago is back in Black Ops 6. You can't make this shit up. Aggravating fly. Can't use the suppressor on the new SMG, the Ladra. And apparently the same bug also applies to the monolithic suppressor as well. This person's friends list got glitched after the Season 3 Reloaded update. Says people are offline who are actually online. And it also glitches where it shows everyone playing the same exact mode and map as him. I've actually heard a few people complain about this with this update. This one is talking about how poorly optimized this game is on his PS5. Or he's got kind of a beefy PC. Like, that's pretty good. Laggy, the whole 9, the bugs, all of it, the crashes. Like, it's crazy, man. Another one here, getting the DirectX air crashing Another one having problems with loadouts in split screen. We got automatic stomach 92. COD is not working on Steam. Wait a minute, hold up, man. I thought nobody plays on Steam. That's what I keep getting told by the fanboys. Nobody touches Steam. Everybody's on Battle.net. Everybody's on Game Pass. Everybody's on everything else but Steam, so you can't use those numbers, man, especially not during the week. Grand Fix 6475 says another bug. So he's unable to change the barrel attachment of the AS valve. Every time he tries it, kicks him back to the main menu, close the game, and that didn't fix it. He's open to any suggestions. I got none for you, cuz. I got nothing. Like this, it's a very broken full price game with they monetize everything. It's a broken game that they have no desire to fix. This person asks, why am I always the only unemployed player that gets punished every match? Well, maybe it's because you're unemployed. But no, for real though, like he's got a problem with the matchmaking. There's no balancing there. It's like none of it makes sense. If I was to put everything, like everybody complaining about the matchmaking with the Season 3 Reloaded update, this video would be like 6 hours long. Actually, scratch that. We'd be looking at like a 10-hour long video. Like the amount of people complaining about the matchmaking alone, we would be here all day. This one here is complaining about the spawns. A lot of people are complaining about them as well. I did in my original video on Season 3 Reloaded. The spawns are a huge problem in this game. More people complaining about still get paired with PC, even though they have crossplay off. Like, they can't get right with anything in this game, man. Another one complaining about the spawns. Guapo talks mastery badges. I have a little over 200 hours of playtime in multiplayer and another 20 in Verdansk, and I just finished all of the mastery badges. As of Season 3 Reloaded, I can confirm that there is still no in-game reward for doing so. So it's like, dude, there's so much going on with this game. There's a lot of people complaining about bugs over there and zombies as well too, especially Liberty Falls. I'm hearing a lot about Liberty Falls. The matchmaking times, like, again, we would be here all day. People waiting just way too long to find a lobby, but apparently the game is so alive and well. Well, if it's so alive and well, even with your strict matchmaking, like, people shouldn't be sitting there for minutes with 200 ping just to find a TDM or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we're not talking about the greatest Call of Duty players in the world here that are sitting here for minutes to find a game in the newest Call of Duty. And you had Season 3 Reloaded just drop, and you had this franchise saving, game saving, like the Call of Duty So Back update, where it brought all these people back to the game. But you can't use Steam numbers though, man, especially on a Monday or Tuesday. You can't use any of that shit. The game is healthy as fuck, but everybody's sitting here forever trying to find a match. It doesn't make sense. You got all these bugs, you got all these cheaters, you got all this bullshit nonsense going on in the game. You know, people try to speak on it, and all you got is weird, sensitive, low-T nerds, beta males that get out here and get offended by it. They get all sensitive because they don't like you talking about legitimate issues with their favorite Widow video game, the Call of Duty. But like I said, if I showed you guys everything, we'd be here all day, and there's a few things that I wish I grabbed, and I didn't get around to it yesterday, and I can't find them today because dude, this is nowhere near the amount of problems that are in this game. This is just me skimming through real quick, and this is what I grabbed. Here's the video. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you next time.